dear friends, Josie here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Now in this video I want to talk to you about important universal laws. I get so many questions about the law of attraction. Josie, how do you become the magnet for all of the good things? How you can attract more money, a partner, how you can get healthier, how you can improve your life in all these other ways. But please understand that the law of attraction on itself is just a combination of very important laws that exist in the universe. You did not create these laws. I didn't create these laws, but they exist. So we human beings, we need to understand, right? Just like gravity, you know the consequences of not following the law of gravity. Alright, so I hope this video will help you. I have 7 principles and I can actually do the whole hour explaining each of them, but I want to give you the key points, the takeaway points so you can start changing your life today. Let's get right into it. So let me just repeat this one more time. That all of these laws that are universal laws, they're not human. They're not man-made. We don't have any control over them. All we have to do is really understand them. So the first law that I want to talk to you about is the law of oneness. But here's where the law of attraction either works for you or it doesn't. The law of oneness says that whatever God has put together, no man can separate. Now, before you became this human body, well, you were 2 separate cells in 2 separate bodies. But when they came together, right, they created the beginning. Whatever God is locked together, that's where the process really started. Every cell began to divide, and then just before you knew it, that was you, created in perfection. So that's God's magic always. But unless these 2 cells come together, there will be no creation. So if you have your dream or your desire, if you're dreaming about something, but you're not really focused on it, you're not holding on to that energy, you're not generating that energy. So if you get distracted or you may change your mind and want something else, then you will not achieve that powerful force of attraction. So what if you just hold on, you stay concentrated, you're visualizing, you're thinking about it, you're writing it down, you do the gratitude practice just to stay focused and wanting whatever you want and stay focused on it for long enough. That's when this law will come together. The energy will be locked, and at that point on, you cannot undo this. Karmic wheels begin to turn, and everything that you need will be coming to you so quickly because you've reached that state of oneness with your idea. That's when the divine consciousness and your idea meet together. So staying focused, that's probably the most important lesson that you can learn from the law of attraction, and wanting your desire so much so you can keep that focus. So the second principle is the law of correspondence. As above, so below. Such a powerful principle. Your world, your outer world, is the reflection of your inner world. So instead of trying to control your external circumstances, it's about tuning inwards. And that's where you have a great degree of control, because God gave you that power. God gave you the freedom to choose. You can control your emotions. You always understand that your results are creating your future. So whatever is happening on the inside will be reflected on the outside. So think about it for a second. Instead of trying to fight your circumstances, change the way you feel. So the next law is the law of polarity. We have this kind of play of opposites. We have east and west, south and north. We have male and female. We have wealth and we have poverty. So when you look at these kinds of opposites, all you see, it's kind of all about the same energy. So wealth is the absence of poverty, and poverty is the absence of wealth. So if you can modify, if you can manipulate that energy and move yourself towards the wealth part of that energy, you will see the results of wealth in your life. The same way, sickness and health, they are the opposite ends of the same energy. Imagine it's like a stick. In one end you have health, and on the other one you have illness. It's whatever you're focusing on. If you're focusing on illness, which is the absence of health, you will see more of that. But if you move yourself towards your health and you're focusing, you'll do everything you need to do to remain on that pole of health. Everything that you need to stay healthy will be given to you. When it comes to wealth and poverty, it's the same way. It's just about wherever you're putting focus on. So the law of polarity. Next one is the law of cause and effect. Now that's the law we call karma. Whatever energy you put out there into the universe always creates certain results. That's the power that you guys have, and I have as well. Now every action that you do creates a certain reaction in the universe, whether you're aware of it or not. So your life today is a creation of your past actions. Whatever you've been thinking and acting upon in the past created your present results. That's where you also have the control over your future, because today creates your future. You never forget that, and be more mindful. If today you're not feeling well, always remember this. Change your state. Change the way you feel. Understand you don't want the same energy in the future. If you're not happy today, find a way to change it. I don't care how. You just have to find a way. Period. Maybe put on some music or go do some dancing, go for a walk, breathe, go out in nature, do anything that you need to do to change your state. Because if you're staying long enough in that state, by the law of attraction, if you keep on focusing on something for too long, you will become the magnet for this energy. More and more of the same stuff will come to you, and that's much harder to deal with when you catch yourself not feeling well or just being stuck on something negative emotions. Find a way to change this. The next law is the law of mentalism, which tells you that divine consciousness is the mental force. It's the thinking intelligence that gave you the same power. Now you thinking. If you're thinking of a carrot, an image of the carrot appears in your mind instantly. Now you have created that image. That image wasn't there before, but you created the image just purely thinking about it. Then through the law of action, you can produce, you can go and buy yourself a carrot. If you plant it, you'll see it growing. Now there's many ways for you to manifest a carrot. But that first image, the creation, happened in your mind. That's what the divine consciousness that I call God, that's what it really is. It's that thinking force that creates everything through this mental power. It imagines things. Everything comes into reality through imagination of God. So the next one is the law of rhythm, which states that this universe follows a certain pattern, certain rhythm. There's this movement of back and forth, forward and back. But if you look at seasons, right, we go through 4 seasons strategically every single time. It never goes out of order. Same way, if you look at day and night, the pattern continues. You look at the cycles of the moon, of the sun. This earth goes through transitions. These are all predictable. Some days you just find yourself not feeling that great, but that's okay, because you are, just like everything else in your universe, is the subject to the law of rhythm. If you find yourself on that lower point of the cycle, just be patient, be tolerant, be kinder to yourself. Don't lose your hope, don't get discouraged. Understand that what comes down will always come up, and you will see your better days really soon. So just learning to adjust to this law of rhythm. So the next law is the law of transmutation of energy. I did physics many years ago, and I remember, energy cannot be created or destroyed. So what happens to us human beings when this life on earth ends? We cannot just die, right? We cannot disappear into nothingness. According to this law, we will simply change form. So everybody who's ever lived, your loved ones who passed, they're still here, they just changed form. So if you burn a piece of wood, right, that energy turns into non-physical. If you take water and you put it into a freezer, it will turn into ice. If you heat it, you will evaporate it. So all of this same substance changing forms. If you boil your water for long enough, it will be gone completely. It will just become steam, non-physical energy. Think of the law of transmutation, the point of view of your spirit self, right? Because nothing ever disappears, nothing ever stops. Everything that has ever been here in this universe is still here. It may not be physical, but it's still here, but it's in a different form. And finally, the law of vibration. Nothing is standing still in this universe. If you look under solid objects under microscope, you'll see that it's always this sea of motion. So we're moving from lower vibration to the higher vibration. Your body's solid, whatever solid has, lower vibrational state, but your spirit essence has a higher vibrational state. So it's about finding that balance. If you just tune into your spirit self all the time, you may lose your sense of reality. You may just disappear into some transcendence. And the same way, you cannot always just focus on your physical body, providing it with constant pleasure, such as food, sex, alcohol, it can take it down the wrong path as well when there's too much. So it's finding the balance, the perfect balance between your physical self and your spirit self. So here you go, guys, some thoughts on universal laws. And when you understand these laws, you really understand God. So if you study them, you will understand the mind of God. You'll understand the intentions of the divine consciousness and why God puts certain things in order. I hope this video helped you. If you want to share your stories, go ahead, put them in the comments below. And I'm sending you my love. Be well. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.